Hello YouTube and welcome back to another episode of Explain That Game, the series that showcases a game and most of its features to help you decide if it's worth your time and money. Today we're looking at Snorms Alpha by Isometric Cube Engine Studio. It's not a very catchy name, but yeah. It's currently available for 70% off during Alpha, and you can get it on Desora for £2.55. It's compatible with Windows, Mac and Linux. The game itself is an isometric shooter with RPG elements. Onto the story. Your island has been invaded by aliens, and that's pretty much the story. The story really is just a framing device for the action. It's not very prevalent throughout the game. In Act 1, you try to sail to the King's Castle to ask for help, but your boat gets destroyed by turrets and you wash up back on the beach and you have to try and figure out a better plan. And that's basically what the missions entail. So, with the information out of the way, let's go on to the menus. So, go to Options. Obviously, they use mouse support in the menus, that's always nice. Oh, there we go, couldn't get rid of it. Go away. There is a limited graphics mode, which is nice because the game isn't very intensive anyway. It seems like it's sprite based or something. It's hard to tell. There's full screen mode and windowed. Only 2 resolutions, which is odd. I don't know if he's going to change those later, but that's why there's quite a big black border around the side of the video, or I think there should be on YouTube anyway. Diagonal movement, what this refers to is, because it's an isometric game, it's whether you want to move relative to your view on the screen or relative to the tilt of the view. That'll make more sense when we get into play. And there's key mapping. Let's just go into this. I did have a little trouble getting this to work. I don't know if it was just a bug, but it fixed itself after I restarted the game. And if you're wondering why I've got jump set to V, that's because my spacebar is knackered, because I was playing Tribes. But I've got a lovely mechanical keyboard on order, which should be nice. Okay, so let's go to my save. Obviously, you've got 5 save slots. I've only used one of them at the moment, though. Because you can always replay missions, which is cool. So, let's explain this. We've got Episode 1, Episode 2, and Episode 3. Episode 2 and Episode 3 haven't been released yet, obviously, as you can see. Let's go to the Armoury. This is where your guns are displayed. Now, I've seen 4 guns, but there is 6 slots. So, I don't know if there's 6 guns in the game currently. But I don't have access to them yet, and in the demo you only have 4 as well, which is the pistol, the shotgun, the laser gun, and the rocket launcher. But you'll get a kind of sense of how the guns work anyway. So if we go to upgrade, as you can see, we can choose to upgrade 4 different things: clip barrel, propeller level, sight level, and you can choose what number you want to bind them to. Now, the interesting thing about the upgrades is the fact that they're not straight upgrades. Like, this is why I haven't increased my barrel level, because it might increase my reload speed, but it'll decrease my damage. Same with, I can't hover over them because I don't have the money. But say propeller level, I think that increases your damage but decreases accuracy. So you have to kind of try and balance out your upgrades, or either choose to specialise heavily in one area with that particular weapon. You obviously upgrade different areas with different weapons. The pistol and the shotgun share the same ammo, but the shotgun uses more ammo per shot, and the laser gun has its own ammo, the energy cells. And you can buy more ammo here. If you run out of ammo in missions, you have to buy it for triple the price, so it's always good to stock up beforehand. As you can see as well, you also don't automatically regain your health and armour between missions, so you have to pay for that. My money should be displayed at the side here. Yeah. So go through this, that's obviously my ammo. I'm not quite sure what these are. I don't know if that is the stats of the weapon or what. Mines, also don't know what they are. I know you get them for completing missions, so I don't know if it's just a way of tracking your progress, or yeah, I'm really not sure of that, unfortunately. Experience level, obviously it's leveling up. Life, armour, pretty self-explanatory. Death, time played. The level up system, you get 3 points per level from what I can tell, and they're pretty minimal increases that you get, but they do stack up quite a lot. So I've put 5 points on my damage multiplier, which has given me a 5% extra damage. Ooh. Is there anything else? Difficulty setting, that's self-explanatory too. Play episode 1. It looks like in each of these box areas you'll be getting another mission. So I'm on the first level tutorial, so I'm not even going to count that. 2, 3, 4, 5th mission, but I'm going to show you one back. There is reason to replay levels, because there's a kind of exploration element, and one mission, it actually told me to come back later, when I had the equipment to blast through a wall, so I assume you go back there when you've got the rocket launcher, and you can access some different things. You also unlock weapons by finding blueprints in levels. It seems so far that it's impossible not to advance without finding them, like you find them at the end of the level. I thought we'd play this level, or some of it. Or we'll do the tutorial first, so I can talk about the movement in peace. This is the story. You can pause it on each of these screens if you want to read it. I've overviewed it really. Okay, so this is our character here. 8 directional movement, WAS. There's a sprint function. You can see my stamina above my head there. If you want to look further away from your character, you can drag the screen a limited amount with the right click. That's quite useful for trying to shoot enemies who are far away from you, or if you want to try and focus the screen on the enemy rather than you. By left clicking, you fire. That's just a pistol. You've probably noticed the lack of music as well. Obviously, with this being alpha, not everything is in the game yet. I'll assume there will be music, but for now you can just stick your own music on. Let's see, let's try the other weapons. So that was my pistol. Shotgun. If you notice the shotgun, you can see my ammo down in the bottom left. This takes more than 1 bullet a shot, but is quite powerful. And I have the laser gun, which is a single target weapon, but it does more damage a shot than the pistol and is faster firing, I believe. And the pistol it kind of has railgun effect. It goes through enemies, so it's not useless by any stretch of the imagination. I have there is a line of sight mechanic as well. Look, there's an enemy in here, but I can't currently see him, and you'll notice that now. There he is, and he's dead. I have discovered a bug so far. You can go up to a door and get line of sight by jumping, so you can see that enemy there. And if you're close enough to the door, you can actually shoot through the door to kill enemies. I'll assume that will be fixed later on, or it should be at least. And let's see, there's something else to show you, I'm sure. Oh, that's a slightly harder enemy. And here we are. These are random boxes. You collect them throughout the level, and then at the end it seems they either give you money or ammo, which is it's nice. So they're kind of the exploration reward. So the more of those you get, the more upgrades you can be able to get for your weapons and stuff like that. So if we just we'll just finish this level now. Oh, sprint out. Oh, no, we'll just quit it. That'll do. Abort. Yes. Play episode 1. And we'll do this mission. This is the mission that I wanted to show you in particular. You actually do find yourself switching weapon quite a lot to best suit the situation, which it's quite nice. It's a good feeling. I think the game will feel a lot more complete when it has music, though. That's one of the biggest things for me. Let's... Oh, that didn't open that early last time. So as you can see now, it's getting quite hectic. These is sort of a window that you can fire through. If there's a very short block like that, you can actually fire over it. Oh god, I'm dying, so I'm trying to explain stuff. Let's get the laser gun out. Oh dear, this may not go well at all. I hope they include a level editor with this game. I think it's sort of going to really benefit from it, because everything in the world sort of tiles, so you could easily place it. But I think the community would come up with some really great things for it. Here you can see we've got ammo, health and armour. That's what the pickup's look in the game. The larger the pickup is, the more health it gives you, or the more armour it gives you. Ooh, I needed that. There we go. I'll try and get this whole level done. I don't know if I actually will or not. It all just depends on timing, really. I should probably be sprinting more. Ah, awful shooting. There we go. It can be quite tricky sometimes to get the aim properly. Also, oh, I have a different type of movement on to what I had on before. I don't have diagonal movement on. How strange. Whatever. I'm just going to leave it. Ooh. Got him once. As you can see as well, you see like a little shadow of people through, if there's through objects like that. You see myself as a little shadow. And there's more enemies than this last time. I quite like the fact that while being isometric, there's still various levels of height to the game, and being up high can give you an advantage because you can move further back to use it as cover. And I'm in a really bad place trying to avoid that. There we go. The ship will automatically jump when it reaches a certain place. Okay, right, so here, this is a button. If I right click on that, that'll open this door down here. Some doors can be opened manually just by right clicking on them, but that particular one requires a button. Some buttons you need a key card to open, and that's actually what we're doing this part to get. Also, you notice when I press this button, some more enemies appear. And if I actually hover over them when I fire, I'll shoot down towards them. Same works with shooting up towards enemies as well. Let's just jump down. Oh, there's also jumping. I don't think I mentioned that before. Strangely enough. The terrain can also change as well, which you'll see in a second. Once I've stopped being stupid. Ugh. I can imagine that later on this gets much more hectic. Like the next room, which you'll see. There we are. Probably should have switched to the shotgun there to speed that up a little. Ooh. Okay, so you might be thinking that this is pretty tame at the moment. If we get this key card. Boom. Oh dear. Shotgun's awesome actually, if you can get close enough. See if we can hit two at once. Yes. Often it can help to use doorways if you don't want to just risk getting yourself shot to bits like this. Obviously faster projectiles are much harder to dodge. Let's just keep going. I have to let my sprint bar recharge. That's another thing that can be upgraded, the sprint bar. So we've got that key card now and we'll get to use that later on. Just run back up here. And because this has a green board around it, the door on the floor, you can tell that you need to press a button that requires a green key card to open it. If we open this door here, that was just a normal door. The pistol is extremely accurate, almost to the point of being sniper-like. Ooh. I mean, we could shoot him from all the way back here with no problem. Well, if I was better. Lack of music's actually quite unnerving for me, I think. I feel the need to talk more to fill the silence. I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in this as well. I think the game actually feels a lot like the original Doom games. It's just the way the enemies look, the fact they throw fireballs like the imps from Doom do. It's quite bizarre. But I think it's quite a fair comparison, just the whole atmosphere of the game. Also, if you hover over enemies, you can see they have a level, and that's indicative of how tough they are. Oh. There we go. Here's an extra life. Oh, what's through this door? Oh, can't open it yet. Of course. And out this next door. And there's more enemies. I actually had a bit of trouble with this bit last time. Need to move around a bit more, I think, and perhaps jump more. Oh, am I reloading? No, I've actually ran out of ammo for that gun. Back to the pistol. I actually really like the pistol anyway. It's just annoying for those particular enemies. And it doesn't have a particularly fast fire rate. Let's see. Did I ever miss anything? Oh dear. Ah, that's another point as well. Liquids will damage you if you fall into them. Here, this is just some turrets. The turrets you can actually outrange. Oh, perhaps not this particular one though. This won't be the most entertaining thing in the world to watch. There is a power up there, as you can see. There's two types of power up that I've encountered so far. There's this one, which is a defense power up, which makes you take less damage. And there is an invisibility one, which, as you'd expect, gives you invisibility. So you see, I can just fire from all the way back here and he doesn't stand a chance. It does seem that when going over patches of water, your bullets slow down quite considerably. Now I assume that's deliberate, but it's a little odd. That's back to where we've already been. Want to get as many of these random boxes as we can. And here we are. This is what we collected that blue key card for earlier. To press this button to open this door. And it's one down. Two. That star that you can see up there is invincibility, much like Mario. Let's open these doors. Just try and get past these as fast as we can so we don't get hurt. And there's another key card for us. This is going much better than it did last time. Yeah, that's a lava pit that spits fire bombs everywhere, so you've got to be quite careful around that. And grab the invincibility. Quite handy, although we don't need to kill those, so I'm not even going to bother. That was a teleport to that green pad. Just obviously teleport you somewhere else. And here's one of the game's strangest mechanics, in my opinion. We'll activate that in a second. This is a checkpoint. Now, to activate a checkpoint, you have to pay. Admittedly, it's not a huge amount, but it's a calculated risk. If you think that you can get through the game without using the checkpoint, then you will be rewarded for doing so. Which, strange but good. Yeah, it's interesting, definitely. So we'll activate that just in case, because I don't want this video to go on forever. Let's press our button. Oh dear. There we go. Picking the right weapon for the job definitely helps. Or perhaps don't play in the most exciting manner though. Because I'm too scared. For example here, if I was going to play how I normally do, I'd probably just pick them off through the window. But I'm not going to do that. We'll get this invisibility power up here. So they have no idea where we are, or they shouldn't do. Yeah, there we are. We were actually invisible. Oh, and there's another one. Haha. We win. Sometimes as well you can get on top of the wall. Oh, forgot the button. You can get on top of the walls. I don't know if that's deliberate or not, because I did fall off the map once. Can we press the button? Yeah, there we are. And we've just made a little bridge there. This is what I mean with this whole terrain deforming thing. I think the community could come up with some really, really great stuff. We'll just leg it past this turret, because I can't be bothered. Oh dear, I'm stuck on an enemy. and those are up on the wall, so we'll go up there to make fighting them a little easier. Actually, for single target, that's why I haven't been using it. My laser gun, I forgot we ran out of ammo. It's unfortunate, I should have bought some before the mission. We'll kill him from a distance, because we're cowards. You can actually see that the bullets don't fly completely true. They are slightly off. Oh, but that's deliberate, I believe. Because the weapons do have an accuracy stat. Oh, God, nearly fell off. And this is the end of the mission. And this was the blueprint for the laser gun, which I now have while replaying the mission to get it. It's a little odd, but it's nice that you have the option of replaying missions later with all your extra stuff, so you can feel really powerful. And this is just a little conversation with the gunsmith who you saved earlier on. I believe you actually saved him in the tutorial. Okay, so level end screen shows you how many of the enemies you killed, how long it took you, how much XP you got from the enemies, and how much you got from exploring the map, and how close you are to leveling up. Random boxes, how much money you got from them. Mines production. So how many mines you have gives you more money per level. That's interesting. Oh, we've leveled up as well, so we can put a few points on. Let's increase maximum health, and we'll increase the damage multiplier again. So yeah, and we'll repair. So I think all in all, that's been a pretty good showcase of what's in the game at the moment. Obviously, there will be a lot more coming with it being in alpha at the moment. But for now, I think that's a decent representation. So, this has been Harvey from WhoKnowsGaming. If you've enjoyed this video, or if it's helped you out, leave a like and or subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.